Today I would like to talk about something I've talked before about food fetish. And if in the previous video I wanted to show you the reasons behind man's desire to worship feet, today it's gonna be a little bit different. I would like to talk about Dom's perspective, about my perspective, how I see food fetish, why it's so symbolic to me. So now we're gonna dive into the beauty of food fetish. I don't even want to call it a fetish, food worship. So this is something that makes, I don't know why still, so many people uncomfortable. This is something that has been misunderstood yet existed quietly, persistently, and obsessively across cultures, times, and power structures. Feet are not just a fetish. We're going to talk about what they actually represent. A foot is a symbol. That's a symbol of power, of hierarchy, and of worship. Today I would like to explain why men kneel for feet, why men crave it so much, and why they actually should. Okay, why the foot? The symbolic hierarchy. Feet are literally the lowest part of our body. We touch the ground, we touch the world with our feet. Feet are beneath everything in our body. But also feet are the most guarded and the least exposed, unless you walk barefoot at the beach or somewhere else. It's much easier to kiss woman's face, to touch her breasts, to touch her most intimate parts of the body than her feet. Not because men don't want it. I think most men, well, not all of course, but lots of men are into feet. Lots of men want to kiss, want to kneel for women's feet. In my view, foot worship is not only about lust. Of course there is a sexual element, but it's a ritual which requires permission. Think about religious rituals. Washing someone's feet is a sign of submission, kissing them a sign of devotion, being under someone's feet. That's the ultimate surrender. Even linguistically, we say beneath her feet, at her feet, trampled. These are all the metaphors of power. And of course, when we talk about femdom, a foot becomes more than just a symbol. But also, it's not just a fetish, It's not just a way to satisfy sexual desires. Of course, it is a turn-on for you. However, I think it hits deeper. It fulfills your deeper need to be beneath a woman. The moment you are at my feet is actually the moment of power transfer. Yes, I believe that it's healthy for men to be by women's feet. So it humbles your chaos, it soothes your nervous system, it gives you purpose, structure, and calmness. When you look down and kiss women's feet, you give up eye contact. This is also symbolic, because you lose your identity. You become a vessel. You become a servant. You're not supposed to have an identity. And this is not diminishing, because when you are at this certain state of mind, you actually can calm your mind. And you give up control, which is essential to do once in a while. Honestly, I love foot worship. I think it's one of my favorite types of domination. It's so elegant, so symbolic, so beautiful. There is no need for shouting, there is no need for cruelty. You just put your foot on his chest or on his mouth and show him where he belongs. Now a few words about shoes. So many men are into high heels, into boots, into shoes with open toes, into covered toes, because he doesn't deserve to see them. The options can be different, but I would like well, right now I'm thinking about high heels. Personally, I don't wear high heels on a daily basis simply because it's uncomfortable and I like to feel good and I like to feel comfortable in my life, yeah. But there is something about it. I just love how beautiful it is, yeah. I imagine a foot in a high heel. It's like the throne of femininity. It's an elevated food, yeah, a food that is worshipped, a food that is put on the pedestal. Also, when you hear the sound of a woman walking in high heels, yeah, you can hear the sound that's coming from the floor. It awakes something in you. It makes you shiver. It makes you actually remember who's in charge because you know what's coming. Even this sound, like, no, that was like a horse, but you know what I mean. It gives you a thrill, it gives you anticipation, and it gives you the understanding who's the dominant one. So next time when you hear someone mock foot fetish or reduce it to something perverse, just know that they don't really see the beauty of it. And what's worse, they're actually missing the point entirely. Because it's not about the feet themselves, it's about the sacral power arrangement. It's about the surrender. It's about the refinement. It's about the ritual. And in my world, there is nothing more natural than a man who kneels exactly where he belongs, at my feet. That's it for today. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.